From the city. Oh gosh.
From the city.
Well, I know. I mean, I do favorite artists from the city, like a visual artist.
Sure.
Well, then I mean, I can only.
Maybe I can only say myself. No.
Well, I'm not going to say myself. I never really considered myself an artist.
This is a Because Design Matters exclusive.
Because Design Matters exclusive.
Singing about
93.3. This is Because Design Matters. CFMU. We are here with Jason Morris of No Guff Studio. Jason, how was your day?
Hello. Very, very well. A little hot, a little sticky.
A little hot and sticky. That describes it. I think that got the whole week wrapped up there. I think that's what we've been feeling. Now,
Coming.
I yell at every guest about chewing gum, and now I got gum in my mouth. So I'm going to spit the gum out. So we're going to get started. How many days ago was it? You've said goodbye to Instagram.
Oh, well, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm not quite sure.
It's a ballpark.
Yeah.
Now we talked about it a little bit outside of these cameras and microphone walls. And do you want to give like a brief, I want to call it
An explanation.
a thesis as to why
So
you decided to move off the platform?
Well, I'll try to keep it short. I don't want to, bash everybody over the head with moral lectures of any kind. So I'll just say that, I struggle with limiting my computer time and time on my phone and that sort of thing.
I'm with you.
And I just look forward to making more direct connections with the outside world as opposed to, through an online platform of any kind.
And it kind of
if I can
gives
help
people
it.
like an easy way out, I think, when it comes to promoting and different stuff like that. They're like, well, I made an Instagram post about it. I did what I could to get people to show up to my event or support my
Right.
thing, right?
And everybody would say you kind of have to do it because that's where everybody is. And that may be true. However, it does come with a price. You have to play the game. You have to hit all these metrics and stay on top of things. And my brain just can't keep up with that. It kind of stresses me out. So I just figure that I'm kind of adventurous in a way. I'm kind of stubborn, and I like doing things the hard way because
Well-
there's usually a payoff.
When I saw your email pop up this week promoting Calm and Collected, the exhibition you guys have going on Saturday, correct?
Yeah, that Saturday.
When I saw that, I was like, look at, when's the last time I properly received a full good invite from an email compared to just a spam DM or I saw their Instagram. You know what I mean? It's just it's less whether you copy and paste it or not. It said to me, I was personally invited.
I'll take it a little step further. If I had your home address, you would have got one in the mail.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
That takes it. That's called a multimedia campaign, right? Because
Multi-channel.
Multi-channel.
I think so.
I like that because if I was to see your poster out in public, and then say I ignored it, right? But I caught part of it, and then I see the piece in the mail. Now it has this you were just talking about it with Russ as far as I might not remember your name the first time, but the second time I'm gonna remember. You know what I mean? So the same idea with the branded piece of content coming to you.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting. When we came up with this idea for the show, we weren't thinking let's do an art show.
Okay.
So Sean and I mean, sorry if I'm jumping ahead and not.
One second here, sir. Something is cutting out with the radio right now. CFMU, what is happening with? Speak. Sorry, say something.
Oh, hello. Testing 1 2 3.
We
Check,
have
microphone check.
we have technical difficulties at CFMU. Your microphone just cut out.
Dang.
For no reason. Where is the charity work money going? Where is all our fundraise money going? Our microphones have cut out. That is not cool. This one's gonna pull that. That one's gonna pull out. This is gonna go back up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is my stalling music.
And go ahead and say something for me now, Jason.
Microphone check 1 2.
Give me another microphone check.
Check 1.
I believe we are back. That is an inconvenience I have not faced quite yet.
Okay, well, look it. I'm overpowering the
Instagram
systems
gods
here.
stepped in. They said, "You will not."
Zuckerberg, he's coming after me.
Yeah, they put a stop to that. Okay, we're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you were saying is you didn't plan on hosting an art show, right?
No, not at all. So you and I worked on a poster before. So you introduced me as NoGuff Studio, which is a manual screen printing workshop, really just kind of a hobby thing, and was hoping to set it up and draw on my experience from a lifetime of graphic arts, printmaking, and blah blah blah. And so NoGuff Studio, it had an Instagram account, and I was making things for people, but it wasn't enough. I couldn't focus on it fully because didn't really commit fully, didn't make it into something that could sustain itself. So it was really just something I did on the side. However, just kind of fooling around with my friend Sean Gaduri.
Yep.
Sean Gaduri. There, I said his whole name.
I was concerned I was gonna have to say it first, and I wasn't sure.
Okay, I'll say it again. Sean Gaduri. So he and I started, just playing around with basically pooling our talents, making things, playing around with images and processes, and making some prints basically. But we didn't really have anywhere to put them, and so we thought, well, we want to get this out into the world. We thought, well, we could have an Instagram account, for example, and show it to people that way, or maybe we could do, street markets or festivals or whatever.
Yeah, the city's got lots of opportunity for these sort of things,
or you could
right?
do both of those things, and we thought, we don't really want to do those things.
Yeah.
We want to connect with people more on our terms, more directly, more in real time, and so we said, well, the only thing left to do is an art show. We don't own a gallery or a storefront or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here we came up with this idea. We decided to do it months ago, and all of a sudden it's in 2 days on Saturday, and it's a 1-day extravaganza.
Time catches up quick.
Oh yeah, but we're ready, and to anybody that wants to come out, they will not be disappointed.
I will be there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Will it be predominantly silkscreen prints?
I
or
will
art?
say
that
that
nature?
there are a lot of original works there, a number of them, a collection of them.
Okay.
They are unique original pieces,
Yeah.
and they've never been seen before. There are lots of different, they're mixed media, let's say. So there are a few different processes that are used, mixed together to create these pieces.
That's interesting. And I think, had you been promoting on Instagram to get people's attention,
Yeah.
we would have already seen 3 of the pieces. No, I mean, how people
Well,
promote
that's
events,
just
they
it.
show so much of it
Well,
before.
and this is the thing. On Instagram, you know what? There is a way to do it. You can kind of tease. You can show a
Yeah.
little tidbit. You can show some process. It's nice. I like it. It's addictive. And that's the thing.
The
is that
dopamine,
then there
right?
I am, just
And
get me
it's
off this
a
phone.
movie trailer, then a meal, and then an art, and then it just can keep you
and
in.
the thing is, that becomes the process, and it's kind of like, you know what? Actually, I have more fun fiddling around in the shop,
Yeah.
making new stuff, not necessarily curating content for a social media platform. And I'm not saying that can't be fun, because I do have fun doing that,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, if I have a choice, it's going to be one or the other, because there's no limit to how much you can dive into the social media.
And you could spend your whole time and
It's
have
a
no time to
lifetime.
make art at all, right?
Well, exactly. So we just didn't want the distraction.
Mhm.
And there's also a certain other piece that we haven't spoken about, there's a public art component to this project as well, that you may be aware of. Members of your audience may be aware of it, and
so it might possibly be out and about.
you might come across something out there, but maybe you won't realize until you come to the show, but it'll all come together.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That made me want to go home with my eyes out, looking around.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. Keep those eyes open. Keep your mind open.
watch out for the distractions. Do you have any favorite artists from the city?
From the city? Oh gosh.
The city.
Well, I know. I mean, I do favorite artist from the city, like a visual artist.
Sure.
Well, then I mean, I can only.
Maybe I can only say myself. No.
Well, I'm not going to say myself. I never really considered myself an artist, but I mean, I think Sean's an artist, so I'll say him, right? I mean,
a good pick.
you know, there you go, Sean Gaduri. He's number
I would
one in
consider
my
you an
books.
artist. I've seen the silkscreen work you've done, and that's art to me.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So, what do you think about like Andy Warhol?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because there's a book out there, came out, 4 or 5 years, I don't know, something like that, recently, fairly recently.
Okay.
Author's name is Blake Gopnik, and he wrote like a 900-page biography, okay? And this is like kind of like the last word, I think, really goes through his whole life from when his grandparents were born until after he died.
The whole thing.
Right? Anyway, so Sean and I both read it, actually, and we took a lot of inspiration from it. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff that went on in that life there,
For
but
sure.
my gosh, I didn't realize how inspiring it can be. Even just the way of and okay, granted, it may not have been until he achieved some success and notoriety, but he would be asked a question, for example, and he wouldn't answer it directly.
Oh my God,
Right? And
that's-
I want to do that.
Yeah.
So Sean and I, this whole for the last 5 months, it's like, okay, at the show, if anybody asks you a question, make sure you don't answer it.
Yeah, someone asks you, "Who's do you know Andy Warhol?" You'd be like, "Andy Warhol, who?" Right? Like, avoid it entirely. He was really. I've studied all his work, of being like the way he manipulated like pop culture to make it like feed into his brand and his art. To like, he's like, people are already paying attention to this. He's like, let me make it mine now. Right now, I own it.
It's wild, and it's interesting because on one hand too, and part of the thing that I can't really reconcile is that he also would talk about how he didn't want to take ownership of things. He would get other people to do them, right? He would have all these other people pumping out the works. But I mean, the checks would have his name on it, wouldn't they?
He'd give them, be like, okay, it's this image and try these colors, right?
Yeah.
Just like give them a list of colors, and wouldn't be in the studio at all during the process of actually like doing the manual labor that kind of goes into it, which is interesting, right? I'd say like if he was around now, he'd be using an AI or a system to just get his ideas out as fast as possible, or who knows.
Sure.
But
I mean, I guess he was on the cutting edge, really.
his
for
artificial
the time.
intelligence was whoever he could hire to do it for him.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, interesting.
Interesting, different thing. Do you have a favorite restaurant in the city?
Well, let's.
You only get to pick one.
Well, I'll say I'll say the banh mi shop on Cannon.
Shout out those guys.
For what Tommy there, he
Yeah,
takes care
it's
of
a
me.
good spot.
Yeah,
It's within the range of everything. You know?
that's the last thing I can think of, and I enjoy it.
That's
and
a good pick.
Yeah.
Do you know Terrence Howard?
Nope.
Have you heard of his theory on the life's flower? Yeah, you're like, I haven't heard of him, but I've heard of his theory. No.
Nope.
Perfect.
Sorry.
That's all the reaction I'm looking for. I'm done. Who would you say your big three inspirations are?
Oh my gosh. Big three inspirations. Well, let's say I thought of this maybe 25 years ago, and I thought, well, it would be like Bugs Bunny, Lemmy from Motorhead,
Okay.
and I forget who the other one was.
I've never heard this list before. You've already won. You've won the question. The question is retired right now.
Awesome.
Do you know about Tires?
A little bit.
Yes?
Yeah.
No, it came out on Netflix today?
Nope.
Perfect. That's the answer I'm looking for.
Okay.
Did you see the footage of Diddy?
I did not see any footage of Diddy,
Perfect
and
answer.
I'm probably happy that I.
You're
that I
better
didn't.
off without it.
Yes. Thank you.
What does it mean to be calm?
Oh gosh. Well, it means the world. I mean, calm is control and peace and It's everything you could ever aspire to be.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So, will people feel calm if they come see this exhibition on Saturday? Is that the right word,
It'll
Glenn?
be one of the emotions they will experience. I would hope.
Would the other one be collected?
Yeah, as long as there's more than one person there.
See, done. So
Yeah.
You can already check it off because you're there, Sean's there,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
Well, I would say it kind of flips between the original Mad Max movie from 1981
Okay,
and RoboCop.
those are two
So,
good picks.
Yeah.
Can't argue with either.
These are things, I mean, I've not changed my mind for, ever since they came out.
Sometimes that's
I
how
can't
it works
help
with like a favorite movie,
Yeah.
favorite song, those sort of things. You're like, there's no new thing that's going to convince me I don't like this one the best now.
Yeah.
I've already chosen my favorite color. Now, what would people be surprised to know about you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, pressure questions, eh?
Well,
Thought this was gonna be
surprised
fun.
to know about me. Well, I used to have a nickname that a lot of people only. Well, I still have this nickname,
Okay.
but I've been in Hamilton 15 years, and it didn't really come out here with me because it wasn't something I ever spread.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
Now's your chance. Would you like to say the nickname?
Well, it starts with B, and it
B.
rhymes with.
Is it a swear word?
What's that?
Is it a swear word?
No. Well, okay. So tell you what, it's there's a character in the original Mad Max, and his last name is Zanetti.
Okay.
So if you know
The
who that
nickname
is,
is the first name?
yeah.
I'm gonna do my Googles after this.
yeah. And he's got some great lines. I mean, I love the dialogue in that movie. So yeah, Mr. Zanetti says something like, "I know what I'm doing," just before he eats it.
For the end?
No, just before he. I mean, spoiler alert. He
It's too
dies
late.
like 3 seconds
You
later.
didn't watch the original Mad Men by now. It's too late for you. Okay, the last thing I'm going to get you to do is give me a this. You got to repeat what I say. This is a Because Design Matters exclusive.
This is a Because Design Matters exclusive.
Killed it. And now say who you are and that this has been Because Design Matters.
I'm Jason Morse of Common Collected. This is Because Design Matters.
These are the best ones I've got. All right, we're going to play some music before we get on to the next guest. I appreciate you coming out. Anyone who's listening, come out this Saturday to the Common Collected exhibition at location.
Studio at 486 Barton. Doors open at noon till late.
What is the cost of entry?
0.
That's what we like to hear. Appreciate you coming out, Jason.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much, Brody. I'm Jason Morse of Common Collected. This is Because Design Matters.